Welcome back, race fans. We are back out here with the second race of our three-header out here with the Roughneck Racing Series, and we are with the trucks at Kansas out here tonight, Kevin.
Use a fast repair, it costs you $5.
Yeah, second race here. I know some of these guys are warmed up from the super speedways, but some of these guys are out here racing for the first time. But I like Kansas a lot. I think it's going to be a very fun race. What do you think?
I agree, Kevin, and I'm excited for this one. And they're pacing around out here, getting ready to get this thing going. Talking things through, been hearing the guys
you'll never see again, me on the front row.
Chattering a little bit, but Malik Ray and Kenny Real getting a good run off this pole out here. You want to go and get that thing going? Pace car is going in, but they're going to be going green out here.
We'll take a look at it here.
Yeah, we'll look through it right now as they're getting ready to go green right now. Yeah, Malik Ray, Kenny Real on the pole there. But we're going green out here, and there they go.
Malik using all of the track there. Get things started, coming back up and get into the gears as he's going to lead this thing around. And Luke, I just got the driver tiers through. I'm going to go ahead and send that to you to get up on the screen when you can. Because this is the Super Series, so we do have two different tiers of drivers that are going to be fighting against each other. Two different splits, per se. Kenny Real, though, holding that inside line. Cameron Craighead, who just had some success making the pass.
There we go, pulling up there on the top right there for you.
There she is. Just two different tiers of drivers, and it's going to be top... Give me 1 second. Top 4 from each split. Cashing out. So 8 guys are going to be making money out of the 22-car field. Out here, Mistretta's not on the track.
Saw Elijah Palmetter back there getting a little below the apron back there, going through the grass. Rejoins the guys. Keeps it clean out there. Sorry to cut you off there, Kevin.
Nah, you're good. It's just looking through. It looks like right now your leader on the Tier 1 is Malik Ray, and your leader on Tier 2 is going to be Steve Sizemore. So, some quick cars out here so far, but we're only 4 laps into a 70-lap race.
Yeah, and we're in for an exciting one out here, Kevin. The laps go by pretty quick out here. Let's go and take a look at these last lap times from these guys out there. They're hitting about a 32-second lap out here so far. It's definitely quite a bit faster than what we're used to seeing out here in some of these other super speedways and stuff like that, so I think it'll be a fun one. This is another one of those tracks we can go down there below the apron there across the tri-oval. Always a little bit of a wrench for me. Always there's a little bit of a wrench for me whenever I see that, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and I would seem to bring it up every single Friday on our split race, on our second race, that tire wear is more of an aspect here than any of the other races that we ever broadcast for with RNRs. So I know, these guys are only going to preserve as much as they can throughout the race, while also keeping as much speed as they can. But how about Craighead? He's putting up very fast laps.
The guys opting to run that inside line there, Malik Ray and Cameron Craighead. Some of the other guys electing to run that higher line, like Steve Sizemore and I believe David Flanagan? Maybe, or no, Christopher McCullough, I want to say, is running that higher line. And you can see Sizemore really committing to that high line there. Gotta wonder if that's going to help him out a little later in this thing. Steve Sizemore making his way around him, and really moving after running some high lines there for a little while as we switch back to the gap and pull up your map up there.
Yeah, you know, if you're Steve Sizemore, you just gotta pay attention to not burning up those tires too much. I gotta imagine some of these guys are saving a little bit more than Steve Sizemore is the way he's moving out there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, and trying to make things work up here, but they're 3 wide back there behind him for second place.
Yeah, Craighead and Flanagan going around the outside.
Malik Ray was on the inside there of him for a minute, but he's going to tuck up high there and drop behind him.
A decent bit of congestion there around P4. Steve Sizemore's running away with this thing. Craighead in pursuit. Then the rest of the guys all stuffed up a little bit.
3 wide back there.
Okay.
Just behind Malik Ray. They all hold it together, though. They keep their lines straight, and they shuffle it back down to 2 wide. But Steve Sizemore's still been the story out here for these first opener laps out here. He's had a considerable lead out here to start this thing. He's got it up to a little bit over a second already, and growing.
What's he going on?
Sorry about that, Steven. I wasn't trying to. Hey guys, I had to change the page just a little bit because where Chase left, but I just took 10 out of the top split and 10 out of the second split, so I changed it up.
Steve Sizemore still keeping that distance between Cameron Craighead and the rest of the guys behind him.
Well, look, I've returned with some information regarding the fuel.
Hey, welcome back. What you got?
So,
Seeing a little bit of a
it's
bumper
looking
flying.
like running it by yourself in the practice. We saw these guys get about 34 laps. Now we're seeing some lifting out here from some of the guys as they're going to try to make it a one-stop race. If we were to say green out here, try to get it to that 35, 36 laps in the first window. It's going to be tough, but I'd imagine we're seeing some lifting already. Malik Ray, who looked very down and off the rip, has gone back about 3 seconds now. It's
That's all.
going to be interesting seeing what some of these guys can do.
Yeah, and
Nah, you're all good. I have to love myself.
hearing just from the guys talking right now, it seems a couple of them getting up into the wall out there, so sounds like we are hearing a little bit of tire wear already, Kevin.
Yeah, and you know, we also talked about that a little bit, and Tyler said that tire wear is definitely a factor still, but it seems like you'll be able to use up those tires, or you'll be able to preserve those tires enough that fuel will be the main concern here in a 35 lap stint.
Gotcha.
Regardless, Steve Sizemore, I think he's playing kind of the short game here, not expecting this thing to stay green the whole time, and just making the best out of these laps as far as fuel goes.
Yeah, just looking to stay up in front and away from it.
Malik Ray, though, starting to make some money moves as he made up half a second in the last 2 laps.
Oh, man.
Very spread out backpack at the moment.
Malik Ray making up another half a second. He's really moving. Up from 8th to 4th. Maybe got that fuel saving out of the way in the first 15 laps or so, and then realize he's back on pace.
We'll watch his onboard here for a lap or so and see if we can get an idea.
Him and Stephen Miles both, it seems like everybody's starting to close that gap in on Steve Sizemore a good bit. Wrapping the top there's Cameron Craighead, and he's going to find a lot of speed on exit in doing so. And they're really closing the gap on Steve Sizemore, as he's got it about 0.3 of a second. And closing.
Stephen Miles going to look to the inside now of Cameron Craighead.
Yeah, trying to get the pass, but it's not going to be there this lap around, as he's going to file back behind them.
Yeah, it's a tough track to pass on, Kevin. I always at least find passing on these shorter tracks is a lot more difficult.
Yeah, and you know, those mile and a halves, it really seems like a lot of them have one spot you can pass on, whether it's, you know, try to get through on that low side or wrap it around the top, and it seems like Kansas is one of those hard ones because there's so much speed up there on the top side.
That definitely makes it difficult, and in terms of who we've got in this one,
I'd imagine we got the same answer here, Luke.
we might. Well, who are you taking?
Give me Malik. I mean,
Yeah.
he went back about 3.5 seconds on what we thought was a fuel saving strategy, and then in just about 5 laps, he's closed that back into 4th and closed that 3-second gap down to 0.4. So he's got the speed, he's got the strategy. I mean, I can't see anybody else being up there with him at the end of this thing if it weren't to be a caution fest. Oh,
the 48! Oh, shit.
Sizemore hard into it. We're still green out here, as it seems like Sizemore is the only one hard collected into it. Craig has losing speed fast, though.
And it seems he might have knocked a bearing loose or something there. He's having some issues getting moving again, but still green out here. Jeez, and that shoots your pick right there, Kevin. Malik Ray on up there to 2nd place now. But I guess back to the question, the only person I can really see maybe giving him some contention is Wyatt Gray. He's been very consistent in these things from what I've noticed, and I think he's got a shot in this one. He's looking to the inside there on the 41. He's going to have it. Making his way through the crowd, but Stephen Miles hanging on to the lead of this thing, and you still see Sizemore having some issues below the apron down there.
Fast repair, so you go ahead and...
Sounds like Craighead said he's going to be using his fast repair.
Fucking bug crawling on me.
That really fucking sucks.
And
Oh, first caution flies.
oh boy.
Yeah, that was not what we needed.
The hell happened?
Oh. There she blows. Happens right around Michael Barksdale. Let's go ahead and watch the overhead there. .12 goes for the outside and squeezing a very tight gap. Results in Michael Barksdale getting spun around a little bit. But I mean, all things considered, just looking at him there, that's not a horrible wreck, to be honest. I mean, he stayed off the walls. He didn't really get into anyone too badly. His vehicle seems to be alright, just taking a glance at it. He seems to be okay, and still in 19th place, so shouldn't be in a bad spot. But here comes the pit cycles. Everybody's making their way in on lap 26. See the guys starting to make their way out now.
Anybody want to claim that one?
I guess I will.
Barksdale
Someone on new
taking
tires.
the claim
so
on
the
that
outside
one.
lane was good for 2 other cars that didn't have new tires, so I'll take it.
Michael Barksdale, yep, electing to take the claim there
I
of that
appreciate
incident. Unfortunate, but
Well,
gonna be on a fresh set of tires out here, so not a horrible situation for him to be in.
James, I took a fast repair. I don't.
Yeah, I got you marked down for 1, Cameron, and Steve Sizemore's taking 1 too, and I got him marked down for 1. So that's $10 extra going towards the pot.
we only got 2 sets of tires.
Yes, sir. 2 sets.
What's up, Luke?
All right, how much does an extra set cost me?
Just bear with me 1 second, they're still talking it out. Discussing more money going into the pot due to taking fast repairs.
What does that mean?
So, I really don't know if they were joking or not,
$3
but
a tire.
it sounded like
Get up here, Corbett.
they might be
Get up
throwing
here.
an extra $10 in the pot due to the extra fast repair taken by, who was it, Cameron Craighead and I believe Barksdale?
I'm here, bud.
But they could have just been joking. I really don't know, but either way, tough to say. They're all cycling out here, and it's going to be Wyatt Gray leading this thing off this start.
Flanagan and Gray up there on the front row now, and this is shaking things up a little bit here. Especially with Malik Ray starting back at 19th, both of our pick to win this thing.
I picked Wyatt Gray.
You picked Wyatt Gray?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
man.
Sterling Tice has a really bad restart. And cars are trying to get around him.
I don't know what the heck happened there.
Maybe missed a gear or something.
Either way, a rocky start for them, and unfortunate, but they seem to hold it together, and we're underway out here racing once again. David Flanagan leading this thing, Wyatt Gray in pursuit.
Y'all can come on by, man. I'm a lap down. I'm just gonna cruise back here.
Thanks, Steve.
Cameron Craighead leading this thing around. Wyatt Gray second, David Flanagan third, Miles fourth, Hastings fifth.
I gotta ask you, Kevin, what are you most excited for being back into iRacing again?
Racing, Luke.
Yeah? Anything in particular?
Yeah, getting out there and wrecking people's pretty fun.
Always good to hear.
Yep. Things never change.
Some things never do
Oh,
change.
a little bit of bumping going on though between David Flanagan and the 44 car of Hunter Hastings.
3 wide right now. They're keeping it pretty tight there through turns 1 and 2.
That they are, and they cycle it back to 2 wide, but still some tight racing going on out here.
Yeah, no doubt. Still with quite a few laps left in this thing. They're ticking away, but still nothing yet. But how about Wyatt Gray looking at the inside of Cameron Craighead here? Stephen Miles getting a couple car lengths distance away from these guys. He's about half a second up.
Bad. Can you hit the one?
Well, Luke, to
You're
answer your
good. I
question
heard
from
you
about
smack that thing.
5 minutes ago,
Didn't get
Wagner
any
just put a
damage.
poll up in the chat that says, have fast repairs, and if you use one, pay $5. Yes or no?
Ah, well,
So it seems like there might be a little bit of a fast repair option.
Right.
Looking forward. I like that. I think
Interesting,
I'm
yeah.
gonna vote yes.
I would vote yes on that as well. That's interesting. I like
Well,
that.
look, it seems like we're in the minority here because 5 no's and 1 yes.
Goodness.
Top 5 right now reads Miles, Craighead, Gray, Flanagan, McCullough.
Stephen Miles having no issues out there up in the front, extending this lead.
Kenny, you got damage?
No.
You got strategy there.
Yeah, Stephen Miles putting around the best laps right now, but you gotta imagine. I mean, we saw the lead that Steve Sizemore was able to put together, and it crumbled fast.
Bro,
Oh,
that is a
Craig had a
Oh,
hard into
man.
the wall.
You too.
Oh boy,
Damn.
and we saw that happen live, Kevin. Holy,
Holy
shit.
he did.
Yeah,
And we're here.
I mean, it all happened.
Oh, gets into the 45 a little bit there on the exit.
Yeah, and it all happened very quick. And to be honest with you, Luke, I don't even know what caused it, but we saw that hit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to go back and take a look at that. And boy,
Man, you
that
got,
was a brutal
you can
one.
lock up the brakes if you want to. Stop yourself from sliding down in front of somebody, but it's up to you.
How much for good green potential green flag, right?
Oh
Ooh.
boy,
I think with that being
Here's
his
the
second
one, man.
incident, his night might be over here.
just maybe. Almost seems like it might even been a, I don't know, maybe a tiny bit of net code there, maybe. Tough to say. Either way, a very unfortunate turn of events there for him. But here comes the pit cycle once again, Kevin. Everybody making their way in.
Yeah, and this should be able to take them to the end of this race. We heard them
How
say
come it ain't give me the lucky dog?
that it was about 34 laps, and with it being about 32 to go, this will not take us to the end. What in the Sam fucking hell is that green car doing?
Did you hit anything? The 0 anything?
What?
Can we go watch a replay of Malik Ray's pit entrance?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
I know you can't hear it, but his like
Is it
throttle is chopping.
same on that one?
I mean, do you have any explanation?
Actually, yeah, yep.
I mean,
It's
Kevin,
actually,
I
look at it real quick, but it felt like
I'm
he was trying to
speechless.
cover me
I don't
with the
know.
inside of the neck
I
and stuff.
couldn't tell you. Some wizardry coming out of the number 11 or the number 1 in 11th place right now, Malik Ray.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I think it's more net code than anything.
We're hearing word that it's sounds like that incident might be getting chopped up to netcode. It sounds like. Pacing around out here once again. The lights off the pace car. We're going green this next time by, and it's going to be lap 41 of 70 out here.
Yeah, Stephen Miles still leading this thing. He got that good lead on everyone else last time
Is
by,
it an
but
EOL or drive?
gonna be able to see if he can do it again out here as David Flanagan's been working his way through the field.
EOL. Okay, just give it to me. I'm already back here. I don't. It looked like a net code, but you might as well give it to me since I'm back here.
Pace car's in, and we're going green this time by. Stephen Miles, here we go.
Need a black clear size where it catch.
Getting this thing going once again, working their way through the gears. He's going to make the transfer up to the high line.
Thank you.
Yeah, Stephen Miles getting pushed around by David Flanagan. Miles looks low, Flanagan stays high. Here comes the 04 Josh McCullough as well into the mix.
Single file most of the way through out here. I imagine they're just trying to hang on to things to keep their vehicle calm and safe throughout the duration of this thing. Seems like most of the passing's being made on the outs or on the inside line there on the backstretch to me, but it's definitely like we were saying earlier, Kevin. Definitely a very tough track to pass on.
Yeah, no doubt. Even Flanagan keeping it tight on Steven Miles. Really no room anywhere.
And it's some tight racing out here, Kevin. They're not lifting that much, that's for sure. 25 laps to go out here.
I could just hear you now talking, bro.
.24 to go here at Kansas. We haven't had a lead change in a decent bit.
I hate being played with. I hate being stalked. I hate all that.
Steven Miles still leading this thing away.
Get away!
Guys behind him are struggling to catch him still.
How about the 05 of McCullough making it around Miles? He's going to be a race leader now. Both the McCulloughs sitting in a top 3. Or I suppose 2 out of 3 of the McCulloughs sitting in a top 3. The 05 being Chris. Or the 05 being Josh, sorry, and the 03 being Kenny. Steven Miles, though, fighting back.
Oh, and they're 3 wide up there for the lead briefly for a second, but cycling back around. Can be Kenny McCullough now leading this thing on the inside line. Taking charge with Josh behind him.
Yeah, Kenny McCullough, no stranger to leading laps tonight, as we know that first race went his way up until the end. Malik Ray moving his way up into a podium spot now. Trying to find some speed. Only 19 to go here. These guys don't have to pit. It's a matter of who saved their tires the most and who can run the fastest laps here. You see Steven Miles taking it super high, wrapping around.
How about Kenny McCullough starting to take away with this one?
Come on, bro.
Yeah, Kenny McCullough putting up the fastest laps as of right now, as he seems to have saved his tires and sees right now as go time. 15 to go out here, and Kenny McCullough is still leading these laps around Kansas or Kansas Speedway. I don't know what the hell it's called. Yeah, that sounds right. Allmetter opening up and getting his way into third place now.
And a couple of the guys maybe showing some tire wear saving now. It's looking like it's starting to take into effect now.
Yeah, I gotta imagine they've been on a green run of about 25 now, and I'm sure they're feeling it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I don't know if I could hold on much longer.
Ian Miles claiming he doesn't know how much longer he can hold on. Seems that tire wear is starting to take its toll.
Yeah, and I'm sure all those front runners are really feeling it. Kenny McCullough, Stephen Miles, Paul Metter, Ray McCullough. It's all just a matter of, who's got the best car and who can handle their car the best right now.
As it stands, though, Kenny McCullough opting to kind of run that higher line up there.
Save what
Some
he
of the other guys are
can with
insane.
11 left. Ten to go here at Kansas in the RNR Super Series. Paul Metter, though, 12 car, has been on a run starting in 9th place to catch Kenny McCullough, and he's there on the back bumper.
Yeah, that he is. Ready to make this race competitive. He missed out on the first one. I imagine he's probably trying to take something home out here, get a little bit of missed action out here. Ooh, gets up into the wall a little bit there going into turn one, though. Gonna lose a little speed. And I don't know.
I can't let him beat me in front of her.
I know you can't hear this one, Kevin, but the voice chats are good on this one. It's funny.
That's good.
Oh, man.
Malik Ray passing Stephen Miles for a podium spot. Paul Metter looking at the bumper of Kenny McCullough still with 8 to go. Both of them really just trying to hang on to this thing.
7 laps to
Gotta
go
imagine.
this time.
Yeah, you gotta imagine a veteran like Malik Ray is probably doing a pretty good job at saving those tires for go time. So, seeing if Kenny McCullough and Elijah Palmetter can hang on to 1-2 right now.
Yeah, Malik's been steadily gaining for the last 15, 20 laps or so, just making up positions ever since that last pit stop. He's sitting right back where he wants to be right now, just waiting for the race leaders to make a mistake.
Time is now, though. Kenny McCullough hanging on to it with everything he's got.
I just knew I should have took him, bro. I knew I should have took him.
Right, bro?
Palmetto looks to the inside, but McCullough's going to clear once again.
Here's where they start
Not
fighting,
enough
Kevin.
for the
5 to
goal
go.
Stop being in tier 1. Where are they at now?
Didn't tier 2.
Malik Ray goes low. He's going to be
I'm
side by
pretty sure
side
he
now
got
with
before
Palmetto.
race went
That's
green.
what Kenny McCullough wants to see. He wants to see some fighting behind him.
Chat room with John Ward.
Yeah, with just 5 laps to go, the more, fighting that happens behind him, the better. The more opportunity it gives him to run away with this thing.
Bro, Vickery, what the fuck are you even saying?
The little garbage that Miss Greta was talking about.
Are you okay?
I will tell you later.
Okay.
Come on, Elijah, get up on the wheel, bud. Quit choking.
4 to go here. Palmetto's 2/10 back. Ray's 3/10 back. McCullough doing everything he can. It's a matter of rear view racing at this point.
Go, it's gonna go.
3 laps to go.
Palmetto looks low. Ray looks high.
Malik looking at the inside now. He's looking for the pass. He's there. Stephen Miles behind him.
Yeah, Malik Ray's going to look low, but they've given up a lot of time now.
Now the question becomes, can they make it back up? And Elijah Palmer sideways through the grass.
Palmetto goes sideways, unable to hang on, and the caution flies. Oh no.
And boy, that shakes things up completely.
Are we running this out like on the super speedways?
And
man, just ran out of real estate.
Fuck all that noise.
Kenny McCullough probably not too happy about that one.
No, and
12 cars on a mission.
Oh yeah, he's back up there.
He's gonna run it out.
Go back and take a look at that. Gets up into the wall a little bit, and car behind him not lifting, obviously, is...
Yeah, that's going to bring out the caution. And that's definitely going to shake things up here. Kenny McCullough, who's looked solid all night. The pits are coming. Who's the best at taking their pits?
And that becomes the question, and here we go. All the guys making their way in.
Never understand why people ride on the left side.
Here comes Kenny. He's going to get out first. Sorry, that was Palmetto.
Yep, that would be Palmetto and Stephen Miles, along with Wyatt Gray, Malik Ray, and Dylan C. Jones to round out the top 5 on the exit there.
Kenny McCullough going to fall back to 6th place 2 races in a row, where the last couple of laps really just killed his momentum. Not out of it yet, but not in 1st place anymore.
Yeah, and definitely shakes things up a lot after that caution. This is going to bring the field back together and really tighten this race up out here. And taking a look out here, once again, Kevin, one caution or one green-white checkered of the afternoon. So what we see is what we get, as always. Lights are off the pace car, and they're going to be going 2 wide out here, getting ready to go green this next time by for the last time out here at Kansas. What have you thought of Kansas so far, Kevin?
Yeah, does anybody want
I like it. It's a hard one to figure out. Seems like multiple lines have been working out here tonight.
Yeah, it seems to be a very tough track to pass on, too. Definitely a difficult one that I imagine my practice laps will be very pretty, but we'll see if I ever decide to hit those.
right at that last caution will be looked at. If you finish in the money, you will be DQ.
Oh, Mender's going to be back into the lead here.
And sorry to cut you
Right.
off there, Kevin,
Watch
but
out for
just
the tires thing, guys.
as always, they just said that that wreck will be under review, and if any of the involvees finish in the money line, that will obviously be taken into consideration. But we are green out here once again for the final time tonight. And a split by Malik Ray on the inside. Stephen Miles dropping up out to the third line off the restart.
Malik Ray shot out of a cannon on the restart
Holy
there.
cow, look at him. He is moving.
A lot of speed there
Oh,
for
and they are
Ray.
wrecking like shit behind him. Bringing out the caution, but
I guess it was on me. I don't even think
like
it
we
was on
said,
me,
what we
sorry.
see is what we get out here. Malik Ray and Kenny McCullough out here. Ignore the caution marker up there on the top. They're still racing out
I
here.
don't know why the fuck you stayed out, but you pretty much caused that by being a roadblock.
Oh, we're still going?
Racing it out as the two of them with everybody
Yeah, we're
behind
running
them
out always.
multiple seconds back.
They're running it out. Fuck the pace car. He don't matter. They're going right around him.
Good win, Malik.
And the win is
Thank you, man. I appreciate the
going to go to
patience there
Malik
on the
Ray. I mean,
initial
it's pretty
lap.
much safe to say. It's a drag race out there to the end, but Kenny McCullough already given him the congratulations. That was a very nice 1-2 for the both of them out there.
Thank you, guys.
But a great win
Definitely an
there for Malik Ray.
interesting race.
Agree to
And,
the
I
interview
mean,
room if
I'm
you
not
don't
gonna
care.
lie, Luke. I've
Session is
kind of
over
missed
now.
the incident. I'm gonna have to go back and see who caused that one
Right,
because
right,
that
clear,
was a
please.
hard wreck.
I passed the pace car.
Oh yeah. We'll
I'm seeing
we'll go back and we'll take a look at it.
10 guys involved minimum.
James,
Oh,
give
yeah.
a 5.
We saw it happen there on the back stretch on the
Yeah,
exit
buddy, I
of
got
turn 3 or exit of turn 2. Sorry.
Simple.
And we'll just kind of we'll go to the blimp here and we'll just kind of slow it down.
You're so ass, Flanagan.
Oh. Some choice words being thrown at David Flanagan right
homeboy
now.
just started losing it. I
I'll
don't
watch
know.
his overhead here. Ooh.
Like, before I even touch him, dude's wheeling it.
Yeah, and that was the big one we've been waiting for all evening. It happens at Kansas, of all places.
Oh, yeah, and it continues there, going through turns 3 and 4.
It's over there fucking rambling.
Goodness, what a ending to a race. But as we pull up the unofficial results out here, of course, they said these last couple incidents are going to be going under review out here. So the win goes out here to ignore
It
that
doesn't.
because that is not accurate. I'm not even going to look at that. Malik Ray, Kenny McCullough, Dylan C. Jones, Christopher McCullough, Tyler Vickery, Sterling Thies is your top 6. If that stays or what that turns out to be is unknown to us at the moment. But
bad that person that caused that wreck.
I'm assuming they're gonna. I'm assuming they're gonna probably say the official word there eventually.
To be honest, Christian was already losing it, but yeah, I mean, but Martinez was already losing the truck.
Yeah,
before
that
that
one
even
was
happened.
definitely something. Great race here at Kansas. As I'm waiting to see if we get any interviews in the top 3 out here, but
yeah,
a great race on an interesting finish.
Yeah, I'll make it through that stop.
Yeah, no doubt.
If that doesn't happen in front of you and you come
We're
up,
listening
I was
to
like,
them,
I seen daylight. And
discussing this one.
Or,
Dylan, good finish. I thought you were about to lose a bunch of points.
Overall, though, all good for the guys that finished up there near the front and will end up keeping their position just because, anyone that does end up keeping that higher position just because, the point standings in this.
I mean, tell your fucking teammate not to check up for him. Like, fuck, just race. Sitting there trying to cut him some slack and you fucking lose the truck. Like, damn, bro.
Not looking like Malik Kenny or Dylan Jones is big on the old interviews tonight.
maybe not. Maybe ready for this final race we got going on here in just a short while.
Yeah,
Either
we'll
way.
stick around for a couple
Yeah.
more minutes, but next up we're gonna have another Gen 6 race. I think it's Talladega. Let me double check.
I was just looking for it.
Race 3
And yep,
yeah,
Gen
Gen 6 is
at
at
Talladega.
Dega.
Good old 40
Gonna be a fun
lapper.
one. I'm reading top 8 pay. That's always subject to change once they get into the session and talk it through, but that's gonna be a
And
fun one regardless.
hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I believe they're probably going to be getting ready to roll this thing immediately.